Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
What if this started to be the way I enunciate? Hey, Josh. How you doing?
I would call out those 4 stroke things that I would have just looked up on the internet while I was talking.
No. Hold on a second. Josh, you heard about what happened, right? My mouth is wired shut. You heard, the joke starts out with, you heard what happened?
At least you didn't go
right?
with, I know people who've had strokes.
First of all, here's my 3 go-tos. My mother was a Quaker.
Right.
Who gives a... oh, great. She's dead.
Uh-huh.
My sister was an educator. Sometimes comes up.
Wow. That has to be that has to be a special kind of hissy fit you're having.
Then if someone makes fun of people's weight, I go to my sister struggled. My sister was told it was put on a 900-calorie diet when she was 16 years old. It ruined her entire life. Shut up. That's not you. Don't you dare do that. I mean, I didn't mean to tell you shut up. That was wrong.
That's okay.
You know, I could use a lot of...
I thought we were both in character. I didn't take it personally.
Oh, I've been in character since the 40s. Did you... Oh, I tweeted this the other night. I'm so proud of myself. I'm a cataract actor. He's a very good cataract actor. It was like a Noam Cosby. I wanted to actually come up with my own late night show so I could bring Noam Crosby. I said Cosby as a joke. Noam Crosby on and say, is it true that your son is both a ophthalmologist and he also is interested in theater? Oh, yeah. He's a real good cataract actor. No? It's not working, right?
It's not so good, no.
Are you then
it's
saying
actually
that
better? It's better written than said. First of all,
that's always true with my genius
absolutely.
stuff.
You're a man of words,
no,
a man of letters.
They tell me I'm more like a P.J. Wodehouse or an S.J. Perlman or one of those people who has 2 initials and then a name you're not familiar with.
You're Rhea Perlman in PJs.
This is what I love about you. It's not the joke. It's not your personality. It's not who you are. It's not your house. Oh, it is your house. I would love, oh, God. If something happened to you and I had the right paperwork, boom. Allison would be out of there in a week. What? You die.
Squatterama.
You die. What's my game? You die.
You're going to shove
and I evict her?
You're evicting my widow without any sort of real standing.
And you, Allison, and you said I was just a Jew who wasn't as smart as your husband. Well, who are you now? Who are you now being evicted a week after? All right, it's getting a little dark. Can you lighten it up?
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day to you.
Yeah.
I have no feelings about Labor Day.
No?
Because I never had a real job. No, I don't know.
You've flourished through your union affiliation.
That is true. I did flourish during it, but I don't have a Labor Day thing I could do on Twitter. My father was killed at a Labor Day telethon.
All right.
My father died watching Jerry Lewis.
My father had muscular dystrophy.
My father had muscular dystrophy. I'm so sorry. Yes, it's true. Oh, I don't miss it. I guess, after they say a few years, no longer miss the Labor Day telethon.
Oh, I thought you meant your parents. Jesus.
I don't. I needed the bit. I know. I'm not kidding you. I went to a program this weekend. They were saying, it was like Scientology, but more structured. They said, if you anybody's parent, mom and dad die here tonight, well, it was probably your fault. Everybody watch this guy. I haven't formed the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't really, no. I'm not quite ready to sign over everything to you yet.
I don't have my methodology. But now I started my oh, by the way, thanks a lot for ruining a no-hitter. Thank you. Thank you and your entire goddamn city. Thank you, Minnesota.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea what you're
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
The guy who was pitching for the Cubs had a no-hitter going to 2 outs in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
And then one of your twins got a single.
Good.
That's not how you... In other words, you didn't even know what it was, but now you come back in going,
well,
boy,
yeah.
that's...
If you ask me to take a side, I pick my team against not getting no hit.
Seems a little... No, but here was if I was the third batter up, first of all, you're not getting me out.
Perfect game, maybe. Maybe I can see.
If I was the last guy, I'd be like, I'd look at the mound and I go, I would just go, strike one.
That's because you embrace humiliation. No one wants to be no hit.
No, but I'm trying to help the pitchers because I care about the pitcher.
I know that's not cool. Is my point.
You know the one I always
being no hit is a badge of shame for a team.
No, that's not. Nobody walks around saying I was a victim of Don Larson's perfect game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You think that wasn't an unhappy clubhouse after Don Larson beat them with a perfect game in the World Series? You don't think they were a little down after that?
You can't make.
Hey guys, we did the worst possible. Good job, everyone. We did the worst possible.
No, you're celebrating the other guy. What if Don?
No, that's not how sports works, Andy.
Do you know Don Larson was? You don't even know.
I mean, maybe the Serena match at the end when she retires, then you celebrate the other person. Other than that,
I don't think you see that. Sports is not about winning or losing. It's about crushing the opponent till they can't talk anymore.
Wow, that's
something like that.
That's right, because that's what winning's about.
It's about winning. Because what's his name? The famous guy, Vinny Lombardi. That wasn't his name. But Vince Lombardi got in trouble for saying winning isn't everything. It's the only thing.
He didn't get in trouble for it. He got celebrated for it for 55 years.
I think he got a lot of commercial work out of it. But you know what? I thought that he said he was being misunderstood. Why am I trying to come to the defense of Vince Lombardi?
I have no idea.
He could have shot half his family, and I'm yammering on my podcast, which isn't even about baseball. It'd be one thing if I was doing a baseball podcast.
God forbid. Let me just say, God forbid.
65 degrees. That's all I would do. You know why I couldn't do it? These guys, because I'm addicted now to Gary Cohn and Keith Hernandez and Ron Darling. This Gary Cohn, he knows.
Go ahead, Gary Cohn.
Okay,
he's very smart.
This Gary Cohn, he really knows. They know all these facts about the baseball, but then I realized, is that what I want to do for a living? I don't think so. No. Why do I have to think about things in terms of would I want to do it?
Let me add another facet that makes me unbearable.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Well, no, you never heard the story of me and my friend Peter Torres as young boys, and we would go to we had a reel-to-reel tape recorder. We'd go to his house and we would broadcast a phony game. Yeah. We would make up a game in our head. That's
great. That's young child creativity, which I applaud.
When do you go out of that? It doesn't really
apply to real life, however, in any way.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. But when did you go out of that? When did you know this?
Well, I'm still doing it. I'm sitting here right now recording into something, but like an idiot.
Oh, Josh. I don't think this is so much
this
about
is 2 steps above you and your friend doing a fake baseball game, Andy. Merely 2 steps.
No, because we're not making up. If we did it like me and Peter Tar did it, we would say, so I wanted to give you an update, Josh, on what's happening in the comedy world. Scooter McFunny is going to be headlining at the club.
Yeah, you should have saved Scooter McFunny's for the club.
What's that?
You should have saved Scooter McFunny for the club name.
Hey, my friend Aloysius B. Wacky.
Oh yeah, I heard he's playing at Scooter B. Funny's tonight.
He's going to be at Scooter McFunny's. I like Aloysius B. Wacky. And then here's what. Let's say I was Aloysius. Okay, you introduced me as Aloysius B. Wacky.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen him in clubs and colleges across this country of ours, and he even played Australia once. Please welcome Aloysius B. Wacky.
Should I overlook the fact that you said once? All right, how's it going, everybody? A lot of people want to know, was I born Aloysius B. Wacky? You should see. Oh, yes, it's true. And you'd know it was true if you met my sister. She's not such a booger. She's not a funny baby. She's not a funny.
No chance she'll.
No chance. Because I worked with a guy named Rufus, his name wasn't even Rufus. And just so he could go, I know I've told the story a million times, but it will be on my deathbed. I will retell the story that he used to open up with. I think he was a Vietnam vet, maybe, because I don't know what was true. No, he was a Vietnam vet. He was very, very, he was a Vietnam vet who was angry about what had happened, which, in other words, I think he'd gone through something.
You know how when you sometimes when you add details, it actually undermines your story?
But he would open up with this. He'd go, how's it going? I'm Rufus. Backwards, that's suffer. It's true.
It's true. It's not really true.
It's not true. But then he would go. Then he did that long song where he goes, you woke up, you feeling bad. Your wife left and the boo boo boo. Shit happened. Don't worry. Shit happens. The club would explode in Burley, Idaho.
Was there any musical accompaniment to it?
No. He made the crowd do this, right?
Okay.
I've told you this a million times.
No.
It's okay. He would go like this, right? Look at my face. I know the crowd gets it. Okay. Go. Sometimes people wouldn't clap.
Oh, he's rolling his eyes at the crowd.
And then every night he would get some kind of clapping going, roll the eyes, and then, conspire with someone down here. How do I look at these people? Like as if you've already established a relationship. And then he goes, okay, shit happens. Then he goes, I'm Rufus. Backwards, that's suffer. And he's the guy who closed with, you ever dance? You ever go out to a club and you dance with someone, they turn into a butthead? And then he put on a plastic butthead. It sounds like I'm making it up. He put on a plastic butthead and he started to dance around the club. And my favorite moment was the last night of the tour. And I was drinking heavily by the end of the tour and smoking Pall Malls.
Wow.
At the end of the tour, he jumped up. He said, you ever see something there? He jumped up. He scraped his head on the ceiling and started bleeding.
Yeah.
And that was, and he continued.
Wow. Anal bleeding, right?
Right, because he was butt. And no, it was not a real butt.
Oh.
It was like a joke thing.
I'm sorry. He wasn't bleeding out his ass.
Did he buy a butthead costume?
You're asking me something that I'm just on board with now.
I never looked closely at the butthead thing.
Yeah. Was it like a helmet sort of thing, or was it?
No, it was two butt. You could tell it was like something.
What was it like on a baseball hat with an ass? Like on the brim?
I never.
Or was it a wraparound helmet-like thing?
I think it was a wraparound helmet type of thing. Okay. And then there was like, looked like a butt.
Was like a hole for his face?
No, because at this point, he can't see.
Really? It covers his entire head. It literally is.
Yes, it covers his entire head.
Okay, well, I guess I sort of, in some ways, I respect that more than the things I was imagining.
What were you imagining?
I was imagining, something half-assed, if you will.
Him I'll never forget, and I'll never forget Bud Anderson.
Bud Anderson and his
telling
9,000 hours of material that he chose to do the same hour every night.
And then he would say, I think what he was trying to do was get me to say, those are great jokes. But he would go, people laugh. And I go, I want to be farting. I go, I don't know. But I just sang, instead of I want to be starting something, I sing, all I have to do is sing, I want to be farting something. And the crowd starts, but he goes, my best bit.
You change one letter, it's comedy, Andy. You change one letter. You change one letter, it's comedy. You don't understand how you get to 8 hours of material. Sometimes it's just changing one letter.
But I think that he was actually in the mode of that there was a part of him that was going, I don't know if this is good, Bud. Ask the guy you're working with. And so then he would say, in this one bit, I don't know, it works every time. We're driving along, and I've been drinking, get stopped, and they go, uh-oh, I'm getting stopped. And the wife says, you better not do that thing where your voice gets high-pitched because you've been drinking. And then the officer comes to the window. Huh? And the crowd erupt. First of all, the crowd has to buy the premise, champagne. That's what he says. Whenever I drank champagne, my voice would get into a higher register.
Uh-huh.
Do you buy that premise?
I do not, no.
I just want to say, if Bud Anderson is still around, I still think that's the name of the older son on Father Knows Best.
It is, yes, but as portrayed by Billy Gray.
That's not who I'm talking about. I think he just passed away, or maybe he not. Maybe passed away. Someone just passed away.
Tony Dow did. Wally.
Tony
Wally
Dow,
Cleaver.
right? Wally.
Yeah.
And then people are like, "What's Jesselnick going to say?" Right? What's Jesselnick? Everybody wants to. Not in the old days, they always want to say. Not the old days, but what's Jesselnick going to say? A whole bus of kindergartners went off a cliff. What are you going to say funny? What do you got, Josh? What do you got?
It was funny watching people try to make some go for the joke with the Bed Bath & Beyond exec who leapt to his death the other day.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the attempt.
Yeah, there was a lot of people trying.
Well, I did a joke at home.
Oh, sure. At home. Home is fine.
I did a joke about it's 20% off his funeral or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. See?
It wasn't good.
You were smart enough not to type it.
No, but did you come up with anything that was better that you didn't type?
No, I went, this is, there's too many people on this bone. I don't really want to be,
well, first
I
of
don't
all,
want to be the
just
guy who makes the best joke about a guy's death, really.
And also,
well, I guess I am.
I
do want to be that guy, but I didn't have it.
I didn't have it. But was it also, it helps if the person was a corporate raider or something.
He seemed like
generally nice
it does
guy?
definitely. No, he was in the company, at least was in severe trouble, and he was the CFO or the chief financial officer.
Oh, because I always said, you know what I told me? You know what I said their problem was? They just reduce it by 20%, and they would have low prices overall. Right? Like Lucky. Did I tell you when I told you this about Sam Levine, right? That I drove with Sam Levine. Well, for two things: that Sam Levine puts a fake thing in his passenger seat, a fake
mannequin
dummy.
Yeah,
dummy, so
That's
he
great.
can go on the 405.
That's honorable, sure.
He's not. It's not only honorable as far as he's concerned. I don't think there's a person he hasn't told. I think he told the FBI about it.
Yeah.
So he goes over the hill, but he is a very nervous, kind of angry driver. So I was driving with him. He was like cursing. And he's like a sweet guy when you normally meet him. But when he got in the car, you go, uh-oh, this guy's got some issues. And then he's like, get the hell out of my way. And I look at where I am on the passenger side. And in the little side pocket, there's about 75 neatly stacked Bed Bath & Beyond stickers. Just
the
neatly stored
the
there.
postcards, the $5 off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, Levine. I took the
Well, had he used them to buy things, a man would still be alive today.
What are you talking about? If he had used them, he would have had principles and would realize that you don't drive in the HOV lane with a dummy.
Yeah.
He gave me some kind of justification, like when I was talking to him about why he thought it was okay.
I would hope he had some justification for why it's okay.
What is the justification? People do it. I'm very sneezy, Josh.
I'd usually have a not very smart person with me.
Is that me? Is that a joke about me?
No, not at all. You're not smart enough to know the difference.
Hey, I think Josh, honey, this is after the show. Honey, what? That's the way she talks. Honey, what? Susan, I'm just saying hello. What? I forgot the bit. All right. My fault on that one. Let's go to the letters now.
I wish.
By the way, thank you for... What's that?
I said,
how
I
you
wish. Yes.
See, that you're not enjoying the process of doing the show. To me, I'm very
Maybe
zen.
I need to enjoy the journey a little more.
I'm very zen about the whole thing.
Good.
Like, once
noticed.
I record my part, I just kind of put the whole thing out of my mind.
Yeah, yes.
That's what you should do.
You son
Stupid.
of a bitch.
Stupid. I'll kill you.
Bitch,
What?
I will reach through that screen and shit down your throat.
Who is the ones who were... Was it I Order is from the Stooges?
Yes.
How did they, as younger people, know that would be... When they were kids, how do you dream? I'm going to be... I hope to one day poke people's eyes out for a living.
It's first, you got to have a love of the game.
I did get fooled by this finger. You choose a finger, and then you do them on two fingers, and then all the time I get poked in the eye.
Yeah.
Just like that trick you do as a taller man, which you say is a simple trick to figure out, but I do not know how to figure it out. You have a very long arm. You place it on my forehead.
Right.
And then when I go into my third degree black belt mode,
right.
I can't get near you. I just seem to infinitely swing my arms under your arms.
It's a little move I like to call Taekwondo don't.
I'll give you a little insight into the mind of God. Who am I talking to? The listeners. That
should I step out?
No, it's okay. No, that's okay. But when you say Taekwondo, you do get a little excitement about coming up with something that you know is not. The joke is that it's not. You're making not a bad joke, but you're making a corny joke. And then you have a joy and pleasure, and then I see it dissipate 1 second afterwards.
Absolutely.
It doesn't keep you the rest of the day.
How could there be lasting pleasure from Taekwondo? I feel a sense of duty, but I don't feel real pleasure.
Well, they had that on Sex. They actually used that horrible joke on Sex and the City.
I was pretty pleased with Unchained Malady last week when you sang, but
that's a great joke. Well, here's the thing. When you come up with something about coming up with ridiculous, like the way Jen Kirkman will all of a sudden respond with a corny pun. It just makes me laugh and laugh and laugh. Because I guess I can see Jen Kirkman looking at my face to see if she got me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a pun's a tough sell in this world, but they still are worth doing is my feeling. I did one just that was super dumb yesterday. On a day this hot, the only band I'd go see is Mr. Mister.
I think that's clever. That's clever. That's not dumb. If you're saying that's
smart,
dumb,
it's smart dumb. That's my brand.
If that's smart dumb, how about me, who my whole act is based on tearing apart children's songs? What's this old man and he's playing one? He's playing knick-knack on his drum? What the fuck is wrong? I go dirty with it too. What the fuck is a knick-knack? Well, I know what a knick-knack is. Well, what does he mean? That's a bad song. He plays knick-knack on his... Is that song
on
for
his thumb? On his thumb, not his drum.
He plays knick-knack on his thumb. He does not play knick-knack. You're wrong. Are you having any special barbecues on Labor Day? Are you doing anything? I'm going to go buy some white towels.
Nice.
Is that the day you buy white towels?
Just to wipe your hands?
No, because I'm a KKK guy.
KKK guys have to swim too, don't they?
It's Edward G. KKK. Edward G. Grand Wizard.
When KKK go swimming, do they switch to the white towel hood? The terry cloth hood?
I would like to think that they do. I remember this bit on Mr. Show, and it was they had Sully McCullough in it, and it was like at the advertising awards, and it was "This is the new Klan." The new Klan, we're modern day, and they had Laura Milligan singing this thing where she went, "Hey, check us out!" Yeah. They did some funny stuff on that show. But did I watch every episode of that show? No. Have I watched every episode of any sketch show? No. I've watched every episode of The Sopranos.
Sopranos.
I've watched every episode of the show.
What you were saying funny there.
You want me to go back to normally? I'm not afraid to do it. This is a half hour of gold. I'm 5 minutes late. But I'll tell you something, a lot of times I get worried about it because I want to thank you for your flexibility today.
Sure.
I texted. Now, I've never asked you this question. It's not an interesting question, but does it wake you up?
No.
My texts?
No.
So you turned it off, right?
Yes. I don't even sleep with my phone in the same room.
I do because I like to hump my phone.
Banana.
Banana. So, Josh.
Yes,
I made a decision. I made a decision that I want to know if you back me up on this decision.
Right. I'm here.
Okay. The dietitian lady.
Dietitian lady. Hello, dietitian lady.
She wanted me to go on the...
Can I eat this pie?
E pluribus human. Freestyle Libre. or whatever it is.
Freestyle Libre. Freestyle Libre would be the built-in check your blood sugar thing.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to do finger pricks. I don't want to have a device on me.
All right, fair enough.
Do you think I did a thing?
I don't think it's. I think it's completely up to you. If you tolerate finger pricking, then
I like it.
Then even better. Why become a blood sugar cyborg? I say.
Hey, this guy over here is a blood sugar cyborg. We have to have a new comedian who comes up who has a Dennis Miller type. I just think he's got the greatest voice to make fun of.
Let me just say, he could be out there. How would we know?
I think about him. You know, in his mind, he made a little run at it a few years ago. He was back, with his daily shows from the basement.
Yeah.
He made a little try.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't make that try anymore.
No, God bless him for not.
Can you imagine, and don't say it's true because it's of me, can you imagine being so unpleasant, so amazingly unpleasant, that most people, once the more they find out about you, the more they're sickened by you. Let's not talk about him anymore because I can't get over it. I never even looked to see were you pranking me? I'm going to go look right now during the show to see if Ben Stiller's still following me. He's not.
Yes, I was pranking you.
Let's see. Look at I can feel myself, my body temperature. No, that's not what happens.
It's like you were opening a college acceptance envelope.
Boo, 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 boo. Hi, I wanted to DM. Hi, Ben. I just wanted to say thank you for refollowing me. And I hope you didn't unfollow me because I was annoying, but I promise you I'm going to leave you alone here on Twitter. I love you.
Frankly, I was a little disappointed that I didn't try to work you up even more last week. I was a little let down with myself.
Oh, you purposely said that he had unfollowed me.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you didn't make a comment about it, and I just...
No, I said he did follow you, and you said, "Is this a joke?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And you didn't accept that, so I went, "All right, well, I'm back on." He unfollowed you.
But then I would have been...
But I thought you were then playing along with me, and then I realized too late that it was actually in your head, and I could have played it for another 10 minutes.
Why would you want to live rent-free in someone's head? And that's not that funny, but I'm not afraid to do 50 variations on it to get the laugh. I do a lot of writing. Something hits me funny, and then I have to back erase it? Back energize it? Back.
I don't know.
You know what it means when you have to
back energize?
No, not energize, but you have to
back erase. Is that
back erase? But you you have to make the premise fit the punchline.
Retrofit.
Yes. Do you know what ratioed mean? Because I don't understand it.
Well, you have to make the premise fit the punchline. Something like, when I drink champagne, my voice goes high. Is a perfect example of that.
Hey, before the cop, and my wife said to me, "Hey, before the cop gets to the window, I feel it's my obligation to remind you that your voice often gets very high when you drink champagne."
Keep that in mind.
What? And then the crowd. See, this is the thing that probably you couldn't tell somebody who had no knowledge of stand-up, but that people, more than any other business or as much stand-up as that people can be manipulated very easily.
Yes.
I've been manipulated.
Well, in fact, I don't think that, every joke is a manipulation, pretty much.
Right, but if you don't know, if you never heard someone say, "Get your feet off the stage," or you don't know you're just going to laugh, and you really can get, oh God, I'm so bored of myself.
Are you saying that people will laugh at hack things? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. This is why they're hack.
Well, I've said this story a million times. With Paul Provenza had me come on his show and explain the Hack's Handbook.
Uh-huh.
And then when they were laughing at the punchline, I said, "They're laughing at the punchline." I said to him, "They're laughing." He turns to me, he goes, "Hey, don't get me involved. You wrote it. He fucking backed out of the thing.
Yeah.
So fast. It is true. I'm not going to lie to you. It is true that, it is true that there's something funny about describing hack jokes, but you're not going to go, no one I know would laugh at the point of a bad Madonna joke.
Yeah, but it's really much more of a, you can't place your contempt on the audience when they laugh at a hack joke.
Can't?
You can't.
I forbid
it. I forbid it. It's a law. It's a law. Shut it down.
Okay. So in other words, they're not your enemy.
They're not your enemy. I'm not talking hate crime jokes. I'm just talking run-of-the-mill hack jokes. Are you in show business? Then get your feet off the fucking stage. A crowd's going to laugh at that. It's a hack joke. But you can't blame the crowd for that because it's a solid, perfectly funny thing.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. No, that's the point. That is the point. You cannot blame the crowd for the same thing that you would be laughing at when you first heard it. No, you never blame the crowd.
Right.
It's always the comedian's fault. It's always the comedian's fault unless the crowd has seen every comic and they go, you know what? I've heard that feet off your stage thing, but it still kills me. No. Don't blame the crowd. So you're saying don't blame the crowd. You're saying don't not blame the crowd. The point is, it's always the comic's fault. And I think the comics, I think there should be, you don't think there should be prison terms for this kind of thing? Hack comedy?
I always thought there should just be a comedy inquisition.
I like when people online go, yeah, I don't know what all these Muslims complaining about. And then anybody can just go, the Inquisition, perhaps? Perhaps the Inquisition bothered them? Why are these people claiming that their religion's been picked on? I don't know. Let me give you a clue. Questionable, questioning, torturing. Oh, you're going to bring the Inquisition up again? That's ancient history. That's what really bothered me about. I spoke to my friend Ken Berger of the Berger Brothers, who are really great people. They were at the wedding. I don't know if you talked to them.
I did.
Did
not.
you?
I
okay.
If I did, I don't know. You again?
Oh, Ken
again. I don't remember your wedding the same way you do.
Yeah. How about the sex? Wah 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 wah. So he was telling me that he studied Iranian history, he did a double major in history and whatever, so that when he spent the entire end of the 70s and 80s enraged at how big a thing this hostage thing had become and how nobody had any idea what the history was and how we'd fucked around with that country.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I brought that up.
I don't either. So did you take on his rage and you're now?
Oh well, I was.
You now believe it's justified that they took 52 hostages?
I always was against the United States because of the United States foreign policy because of Vietnam. So because of Vietnam, I also did some studying and in high school I was taught by teachers who were trying to get out of the war of Vietnam, and some of them were more. There's one particular teacher. His whole thing was like, even if he wasn't correct, he was showing how what America had done around the world and stuff like that. So I never thought the hostage. You probably thought the hostage thing was ridiculous, right? Save the, one more time for the hostages and Ted Koppel turning it into a thing. I always felt an Ayatollah, assahola. I always felt uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have known anything about it.
Well, I kind of did, but but I absolutely don't think that the revolution was in the right.
It's not that the revolution was in the right, but it was that
because they were hanging dissenters in the streets, and they were doing all sorts of shit too.
Wait a second, the revolution sucks because the extreme version of what they were doing sucks. That wasn't my point.
Right.
I think I'm trying to convey to you a time period in my life where if I heard Che Guevara, I was more liable to be a fan of Che Guevara. I don't feel this way now.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I have friends and I think Oliver Stone tried to make some movie about Castro that was not the Che Guevara movie. And a friend of mine,
which is not him.
Who made that?
Someone else.
Who did I say made it?
Oliver Stone.
I think he did make that movie.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Who made it?
I don't know. I'm not.
It's called Che.
Okay, look it up.
Okay. Whatever it was, Oscar Nunez is a friend of mine because we both have the same manager. And he was at a party, and he was trying to explain to Oliver Stone that he was portraying. It's like if you portray Fidel Castro as a positive force. I don't believe Fidel Castro was a positive force.
It was Steven
right?
Soderbergh.
Oliver Stone, then what's the movie? It was something to do with Oliver Stone and Cuba, or
he did Salvador.
Something.
Salvador was him.
Well, that was a great movie. That's not the Salvador was not like, okay, whatever it was. He got into an argument with did he do anything with Castro where he made Castro look good, or did he interview somebody hard? Well, he interviewed Putin.
Yeah,
and tried to make him look good. But I'm not an Oliver Stone fan. I love the movie. What's the movie that he made that was good? Probably 4th of July.
Platoon,
what did he do? That
Platoon,
was good?
Born on the 4th of July. He made both of those.
But I don't really. I think he's a little. I don't respect his worldview because he thinks, he'll tell you everybody killed Kennedy, kind of. I think he's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. But I can't think of the movie that I was thinking about. But it was just that the idea that I would not have been a leftist who then went communist, because once you found out that Stalin was evil, I don't know. It's like a lot of those things I don't understand how people, once they found out Stalin was evil, how they could have kept following, or maybe they didn't believe Stalin was evil. But, it just happens to be that a lot of Jews were communists and socialists.
Yes.
Back in the 30s and 40s and 50s. And
but
there
not
are people
necessarily Stalinists.
No, that's true, but that's true. And when you get to people like Salvador Allende in Chile, when the CIA started overthrowing people, I grew up during that time period.
Right.
So I hated the CIA. I hated Nixon. I hated the Vietnam War. And so,
wasn't it in the 50s though when the U.S. propped up the Shah?
Yes, it was not. So this is what he was saying. Well, the Shah was different. The Shah of Iran,
yeah,
right? But yes, but I was talking about Chile, where they also helped overthrow Salvador Allende, and the whole thing was we would be. Even in Vietnam, it's like it didn't turn out that Ho Chi Minh was a good guy. None of these people were good guys, but just the whole idea that we didn't understand that doesn't matter what the people of the country think, we're just going to move them around like chess pieces. So that's what my idea was. I think I was more open to people like Che Guevara, but speaking to Oscar Nunez and speaking to a lot of people do not feel the opposite. That Che Guevara and certainly Castro.
Not so good. Not so good.
Not so good. But Che Guevara, people have him on the wall, and I remember even being
he's a great logo, but not that awesome a dude, really.
Right. So all I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to portray myself as some idiot who doesn't understand. I'm just saying was when I was younger,
you're not.
I had a tendency. What's that?
I said, you're not. Okay.
My acting is not good. I did a good tweet the other night because I said, it's really true. I said, I always tell people, if you're bad at acting, don't murder. Because there was one of these Datelines I watched that Josh Mankiewicz hosted.
With the bad 911
and this woman was
call.
Like, what's that?
With a bad 911 call?
Yes. And not only that, but when she gets there, she killed her husband. But when she gets there, she's like... Is he okay? Is he okay? And she was doing the hyperventilation shtick.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not against murder.
There's two things. You can't fake walking into a glass door, and you can't fake I just found out my spouse is dead for the first time.
That's absolutely true. Oh, my God.
Everything else is on the table.
All right.
How about that tennis action, though? How about that? There's been some fun tennis watching.
I really am looking. Are you changing the subject?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I love that Kyrgios.
Do you? You hated him.
Well, no, I don't love him.
Mere months ago, you hated his ass.
No, I don't love him traditionally.
He's fun to watch, though. He is fun to watch.
I really... All these guys who... Like, I always, like, kind of root for people. I rooted for Sergio Garcia when he got his first major.
Yeah.
There's something about these people, unless they're total... Like, I wouldn't root for Hitler if he had 3 of the slams.
So you're saying you're behind people who show outbursts of irrational anger?
Well, I think, I relate to it.
That's my point. Yes.
That was my point. I'm such a yes and. I yes and on a level that you can't even understand.
Yes. And.
Oh, we're rocking it now. We're rocking it now.
But the good thing, tennis drama is among the best sports drama.
It really is.
So
because of the personalities of the two people.
Personalities, you can really decide you really hate some fucker, and so and you're with them long enough to really form an opinion, and and then there's people you like already, who you want to win or who has such a good narrative. But the Serena thing was like a perfect sporting event, I thought.
Wow.
Her final match was a perfect sporting event across the board because she was outplayed ultimately.
Right.
And I can't remember the name of the Australian with the Russian name.
Tom Jonovich almost, but it's
something like that, yes.
Yeah.
But so and you could feel for her too because she had an entire stadium rooting against her. They had people cheering on her first fault, and so there's emotional stake in that going. I wonder what's going through her head. She must, and then when they interview her after the match, she's like completely gracious and cool, and I just thought I was going to lose. That's what I thought. It was Serena.
Should I tell you something embarrassing now?
What's that?
I raced. We were looking forward to watching Serena so much. I raced it by mistake.
Oh yeah. I'm so good. Now I'm even glad I described it as a perfect sporting event.
So what I've done is I've watched,
really the best ever, I think.
Well, we now find out that we have it in the bedroom, so we will watch it.
All right.
There's no way to. And Susan was very nice, but how nice can you be after a while? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. That's okay, Andy. I mean, I really wanted to watch. I fucking wanted to watch it too, asshole. I'm just trying to be nice to you. Don't keep bringing it up. But so we've watched almost everything in retrospect.
I desperately love the fact that I described that as the perfect sporting event, and you erased it.
You have to be happy. Even if you've gone further and go, they always say this, but you had to be there. Never was more true than watching that match because your love of Serena, then they were dashed, but then the ultimate, your appreciation that Andy, you will never really, I think, get
right.
Now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next time. No. There's no next time.
Maybe you could make some time in your busy schedule to watch it live.
No. So I felt bad about that. But, I can't, they can't all be gems is the name of all of my albums.
Right, sure. And I watched there's a McEnroe doc that just came out.
Oh, I didn't know that one just came out.
On Showtime.
Because I've watched the one with McEnroe and Borg.
Yeah, this is just McEnroe. All the Borg.
Is it called just McEnroe?
It's called McEnroe.
And is it on HBO?
It's on Showtime.
Oh, I think the other one was on Showtime too. The Borg one.
Yeah.
And what is your take on it?
It's I'd give it a B. A good story. I thought the telling was a little over artified. It was sort of told in this documentary noir style.
Oh,
and
who made that decision?
The director, whose name escapes me.
Did they talk about his Tatum O'Neal and all that stuff?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
I love Tatum O'Neal. You know, so many times in my life, Josh, I'll bring up something and I'll say the most banal, mundane thing about it. Did they?
Well, what's even better is you'll stop someone else in their tracks so you can say something banal.
Hold on a second. Listen to me for a minute, all right? I don't remember what I was going to say, but would you just listen to me for a second and stop what you're doing?
Exactly.
I want to tell you that your hanging up on me Friday was one of the better experiences of my life.
Oh, good.
And you may say to yourself, "Oh, I could do it again at any point," but it's not been an hour.
No.
So you can't do it.
I feel like we're squarely in the zone.
No, we're not in that zone. If you do
we're
it
totally
now,
in the zone.
No, it makes you look like stupid. It makes you look stupid. I'm so desperate.
Well, let me just say, duh!
Baby, if you wanna turn and walk away, I know there's nothing that I can do or say. I've been trying to hold this candle in the night. If you like living in the darkness, that's your right. But I know we stand a chance. This is my hope. We can make it. Here is my heart. You can take it if we wanted to try. With no
you're introducing a little something, do you go, this is a little something I call a little something? I've already this morning said, snowy egrets. I've had a few, and it killed already on Twitter.
Wow.
Did you know what a snowy egret was? I did not know. I took a picture of a bird. It was looking like a pretty bird, and now I find out I was right. It's a pretty bird.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees. Why am I so angry about
I don't know.
It's by the L.A. River.
Yeah.
L.A. River, isn't that song by Jim Morrison? L.A. River, what you gonna be home? Boom, 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 and with a Hollywood bungalow. Boom, 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 boom. Is that it?
Andy, I want to kill you.
Father, I want to talk to you with reptilian imagery. People, I talk about reptiles. I've been to France. I don't know. Is that what his big shtick was? No, come on. He did hang out in the south of France, right?
He did. It didn't end well.
Oh, you think he's dead? Unbelievable that you.
Actually, I think he died. He died in Paris, didn't he?
No, he didn't. You believe the mainstream schmedia? What if they get so far from the actual words? Oh, you're listening to the ice cream schmedia again? Yeah. I made you laugh. That wasn't.
You did. Bad. You did.
I got in. The main thing I want to do with you, Josh, is I want to get in.
All right. Just understand I'm not trying not to laugh.
Doesn't make me feel better somehow.
I don't know that it was meant to.
You know what? Let me tell you something. There's a lot to be said about phoniness.
Yeah.
You know, William B. Williams was John Candy's impression of kind of enigmatic. Was he a lot of different people together? But he's he used to love Sammy Maudlin stuff.
Yeah,
folks, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Even the people who listen to the show do not know the references I'm making because I've gotten more and more out there.
Yeah,
with the references.
How much deeper can you go than SCTV?
You want me to read you some of my tweets about the Queen? You ready? I don't have anything written here. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, yeah, I'm real sad about imperialism dying. I'm really sad about... Oh, great. The monarchies. What's next? I don't have anything yet.
No. Actually, I had a solid joke, I thought.
What did you do?
British people are so upset you can almost tell.
You know who's a terrible person is Van Jones. And I know you're going to defend him. Who am I talking about? Van Jones 68. Why do people put their birth year in their Twitter name? That's the last thing I want to bring. Would you want them, even at a young age?
Yeah.
Do you want to be Josh 55?
No. And how would that be a young age?
No, it wouldn't be a young age. It would be Josh 72? What is it?
71. 71 in my case.
Josh 71. What are you telling people? Who cares? Is what I'm saying. Maybe.
But do you even know that's his birth year?
I'm assuming it's
exactly.
So because. Oh, you think that? Oh, are you thinking I'm flying off one-handled? I'm flying off. You don't think I'm getting into this without a full, deep, and intimate knowledge of the topic? But he's saying he says Biden shouldn't say fascist. He shouldn't. He alienate. He should say specifically who he's talking about. Who are the fascists? Otherwise, he's alienating. Come on, Van Jones.
He is saying specifically who he's talking about. MAGA Republican.
That's right. It's not 2016, Van Jones. It's not 2016. We are now, everyone knows they are deplorable. It's not a question anymore.
And frankly, I assume that about 50% of the offended people are more offended by the semi than the fascist.
Yeah, they know what they're doing is full on.
Yes.
They don't want to be half-assed. First of all, I think most of the people in that movement think fascism is a good thing, maybe. Maybe they have fascism. Well, yes, I want efficiency. I want it done tomorrow. I don't want any argument over it. You want to argue about every single thing with the podcast, or are you going to listen to my stupid ideas?
Well, that's the thing is I think that there are people who are absolutely into fascism, but until you call it that.
Right.
Just like they're absolutely into racism until you call it that.
Yeah. Oh. I say, it really does come down to, I say the racist thing and I'm the racist now?
Right.
You can't say a racist thing now?
Right.
Isn't that basically their
It's
shtick?
pretty much the upshot of the complaint.
Now, here's the other thing. I think that Twitter is turning into a sewer. And that's right. I said it here.
Yeah.
I wrote it down earlier.
Yeah.
But do you know that, forget about it, they're not going to block these people, but do you know that you could, if you were a regular human being, let me get some COVID information. Oh, what? This guy's a doctor and a blue check. He's a blue check. These people, you can't, it's danger land for Yeah, I've been working on my wake up from a sleep. You ready?
Yeah. Andy, time for school.
Mommy, I hate you.
I like the way you seemingly choked on your tongue that time.
That happened to me once. No, it didn't. But I've told you this a million times. I went to a New York Jets football game, and Marshall Starks, I can't get it out of my head, he swallowed his tongue. And he was on the field, his whole body, and I had good seats because my father bought good seats because you could buy the whole stadium because nobody cared about the Jets.
All right.
And I could see this Marshall Starks going, "Wah!" And I'm looking around. I said, anything, people? Anything, adults? Any adult want to go, Andy, it's okay, Andy. Don't worry about it. I never got that. Son, don't be concerned.
Yeah.
I didn't get one of those from my. You just think one of those would be good.
Yeah, but I don't think that your parents had any calm down instincts in them either.
No. What did you do?
Like calming down and taking it cool was not an option in their head.
My parents were fine as long as nothing happened that they deemed bad.
Right.
So it wasn't really hard to stay out of their way. You just had to be perfect.
For sure. Thankfully, you are.
And you had to divine a shifting dinner time. How you have a friend call at 5 o'clock? We eat dinner every night at 5 o'clock. Why do you have someone calling at 5:30? Every night we eat at 5:30.
Yeah.
Why is it at 6 o'clock that people are calling here? Between 5 and 7, there should be nobody calling here.
Yeah.
I think is what their message was.
Yeah, I remember.
You grew up.
I remember anger of sales calls during the dinner hour.
Well, that's different. That's like we can all get in your face.
There was indignance, a little bit of minor indignance.
Did your dad answer the phone?
That's kind of what I remember. But I mean, I just remember just that phrase. Why would they call during the dinner hour?
That is really the nicest version of what my parents did every day. They know that we're Mom, Dad, nobody eats at 5 o'clock like we do. Isn't that true?
We didn't eat at 5 o'clock. My parents weren't home by 5 o'clock.
My dad was because he got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And he worked from 6:30 to 2:30 or 3. And he got the hell home.
Yeah.
What was he rushing home to?
I don't know.
That's a joke. He had a great life. My mother would, why am I working to the camera?
I don't know.
Can you tell I'm working to the camera?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? All right, stop.
I feel better if you tilted down.
Oh. Why am I not tilting down these days?
Oh, that's a better shot. Much better shot.
What's that?
Much better shot.
Well, you're blown out behind you. I never say that to you. Why,
you do
why
say
are you,
that to
why
me.
are you making
you say it to me frequently.
Why do I have to cause an argument over this?
Would you prefer to see my wall of accomplishments behind me? Wall of me.
Why
check out this wall of me.
Oh, wait a second. Josh at the Ice House. Special show. 7:30. I'm trying to insult you with the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that one, Josh. A Young Republicans comedy night. What the fuck was that in Orange County?
I totally burned them.
They thought you were going to be
I was a mole.
What are we talking about? You know what? I the other night, here's the thing, and I want to yell at you for this. The other night, I did Greg Fitzsimmons' podcast.
Yeah.
And and every time I said, "What did I just say?" He knew what I just said.
Yeah.
So nice, so nice.
That's because you were a guest.
That's true. It would get old quickly. Yeah, I think. Why do I want the treatment of a guest on my own podcast?
I don't know.
I should be treating others like guests.
You should, for a fucking change.
I should be nicer to you. People say.
That's what they
Let me
all
read
say.
some of the letters.
That's what they all
I'll
say.
get here. I got a letter. Dear Thought Spiral, Andy. I don't know if he's eating his spinach or he's whatever, but man, is he funny. Josh, I'm laughing in embarrassment.
Good.
I'm not laughing because it's funny.
Good.
I feel bad about myself.
Good.
And I feel bad about you, except I don't know why you're wearing a Satch Sanders hat more and more. Why do you have to wear a Satch Sanders style hat?
You've out-referenced me.
What do you hear? What do you say? The Dead End Kids. Every time I bring up the East Side Kids, or what I call the East Side Kids, I look around, and unless there's someone 80, 75, 60, nobody cares about them anymore.
Yeah.
And I used to go, hey, you know the kids who were in Dead End? Later, they became the Bowery Boys.
And that's what I knew. I knew the Bowery Boys, but I never knew the Dead End Kids.
Because they weren't normally called the Dead End Kids, but the movie was called Dead End.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, at least?
No.
It's one of those, Dead End is one of those, what's the guy with Cagney and he shoves the thing in the woman's face and, hey, what do you hear? What do you say? Bing, bang, boom. One of those movies.
Public Enemy?
No, that's where he shoved the thing. Now, why would he shove a dessert item in a woman's face? And was that...
I think it was more of a breakfast item. Wasn't it a grapefruit?
Oh, yeah, it was. I couldn't watch it because I was still getting over the Miracle Worker. I was 23. He said, Andy, do you want to go back to the movies? Not if it's going to be Anne Bancroft wrestling with Patty Duke on the floor. No. I'm not going back to the movies. Are you looking at me with pity?
I'm looking at you with, just wonder, really, more than pity.
It is. It's amazing. It's amazing guess who's getting the shot? Guess who's getting the shot? Andy Kindler and his wife are getting the bivalent booster. Bop, boop, a doot, doop.
When's that When's that happening?
Today.
Really?
It's available. If you wanted to get it, you could get it today.
I might just. Are you getting it at the grocery store?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
I am. How do you know that? You must live in the same area.
Because I was thinking, where's the closest fucking place this lazy motherfucker could go to get this?
Oh, please. That's too far. Did you see that Patton's picture? I was thinking maybe you didn't see it. Patton was obviously inside the new Jimmy O's because he took a picture of the tiny Titans who've been honored there. So my photo is taken from the old Jimmy O's and is in the new Jimmy O's. And Mr. Patton Oswalt was shopping there just a couple of days ago.
I did not see that, no.
I don't think you're looking at my Twitter account anymore.
I don't think I am.
Well, what do you look for? What do you when you go on there? Who do you kibitz with?
I don't kibitz with much.
Are you going through a down period? Because you told me I love social media, but now you're getting down on it.
Yeah, I'm more of a post and go away and come back and see how it did kind of guy.
That's healthy.
I'm more of a gardener tending my plants than I am.
Oh my God, you really have metaphors.
Because it is a fucking cesspool.
Oh, it is. It's getting worse too, I think.
It's not getting more fun.
It's not getting more fun. But I feel bad for anybody who really would want information because you could not get it on Twitter.
No, you just
not that you should be getting on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what's trending and then go look for it in the rest of the world.
You mean Jimmy Dore? He's trending every day.
Yeah,
Jimmy Dore's
not
trending.
on my timeline.
Oh my God. Are you telling me that the things that are trending are only... Then why are they trends if it's only something I'm interested in? Jews. What? The Jews is the number one thing?
You've algorithmed yourself into hell, Andy. You just have a list of things that will irritate you on the right side of your screen now.
Some people won't... Like, I was talking to Megan Keister, and she was saying she won't like a thing if she knows... She doesn't want to feed the algorithms ideas.
Yeah.
So she doesn't. Now that's pretty specific. I mean, that's pretty much like I don't want any. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I get a lot of like Adam Carolla's people are probably still yelling at me, but I don't see it anymore.
That's good.
Because I don't read down past the first few.
Yeah. That's how I am. That's how I am with the main timeline. I just only read. I read.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm thinking about making. So stupid. I'm thinking about making a smaller group of people that I want to check in with because they're doing a political thing or they're doing a.
Yeah.
But then I say to myself, why are you following 90,000 people? You aren't following hardly anybody, right?
No, I follow, I think, over 1,000 people.
Right, that's normal. That's normal. I don't like that people can tell things about my personality from my social media habits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like your posts.
I'm doing a lot of looks to them.
Yeah, a lot of takes.
What do you think of that? No, it's not gonna. I know you're saying because okay, I have a couple of things to ask you.
All right.
Have you been watching the tennis? It's really good.
I've watched, the last one I watched, was, Captain Grumpy getting
Kyrgios? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for Tiafoe now. That's my guy.
Well, he's the only guy to root for. He's like the only person, because he's the American kid.
Well, also Alcaraz is an American kid.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he's not. He's not. He's from Spain. Why do I always go, we're in my wheelhouse now. I can help Josh with many of the information he does not know about what's going on in the tennis. But on the, but it is exciting if Francis wins.
I will probably watch the semis and the finals, or at least a semi and the finals.
And this lady who I love is Ons Jabeur. She's the first Arab woman who could win a major.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Yeah, I don't really know anyone left, so it's pretty much I'm going by storyline for my allegiances.
And are you not following the baseball at all? Because the Mets are doing very well. And it doesn't seem like Minnesota's not going to get into the wild card, or you don't care?
We'll see. Minnesota's a game and a half behind Cleveland, and they're playing Cleveland this weekend. So
that should be a big thing then.
Pretty pivotal.
But you still, what would get you, if I told you, Josh, they're going to make a sweep. The Twins are in the World Series. They could sweep it. Would you watch then?
I would.
No, I know you're going to watch.
I would watch the Twins throughout the playoffs. You don't. You don't have to wait for Game 7 or Game. I guess Game 4 in your scenario. The sweep.
I don't know what the argument I'm making here. I think the argument.
I'm not against baseball. It just hasn't enchanted me like it once did.
No, but it sticks in my craw that you like basketball more than baseball, and why do I care about it? I probably like basketball more than because I'm selling this new image of myself as down home Andy.
Yeah,
sitting around.
Right.
What was that? A splitter? Was that a splitter, or was that a curve?
Yes.
Oh, the bottom dropped out of that one.
Well, yeah, it's because Chef Blowhardy got the baseball package.
Yeah, so imagine when Susan comes in. Susan, please come in. I want to tell you a little bit more about the shifting. You see, he's a lefty. And are you familiar with pulling the ball?
Did you buy Pure Baseball by Keith Hernandez yet?
No, that's what I wanted to get the name. Pure Baseball by Keith Hernandez. I also want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
So, I realized that my desire...
Did you know that Bill Maher was a partial owner of the Mets for until just about a year ago?
Did you hear when I dropped something?
I did, yes. I actually saw it because you're on camera.
That's disgusting. What do you mean? What happened? He sold out?
Yeah, he tripled his money, basically.
And got out?
Yeah.
And Bill Maher, I'm a rich fucking white asshole. I'm a Bill Maher. I own part of a baseball team. And I'm not afraid to use the N-word. Who's with me? What an asshole. Would you love to go? What would you do if you saw that asshole in the stadium? Would you go, Mr. Maher, very big fan? What would you do?
I saw him not that long ago, and I didn't punch him or do anything bad to him.
Did you say anything to him?
Yeah, because he was at our show. The Scheidner show.
Oh, God. I bet the only thing worse than Bill Maher is positive Bill Maher, right?
He wasn't that positive.
So I get this image of Bill Maher going, guys, I love it. Rich, I love this.
No.
I love what you're doing here. No, he's
no,
home.
the vibe was more, okay, I showed up, okay? I showed up.
God, what a douchebag. I don't never use the word douchebag before. Is that politically incorrect? I'm saying it like Bill Maher.
I thought you made a little pun there.
I did after. If I didn't know, it doesn't count.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Douchebag is very East Coast. We use douchebag. I got that from Dom Herrera's act, too.
You got douchebag from Dom Herrera?
Well, no, but not from that, but he has a joke where he goes, the people in Philadelphia, little Petey, big Petey. Hey, tell your sister she's a douchebag. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't do other people's material well, and I don't commit to my own very well. Either.
Yeah.
Either.
Well, it's all going to change here in the Charlesian era.
So what do you think?
We started this show in the Elizabethan era, and we're finishing it in the Charlesian era.
I don't think is it going to be the Charlesian era?
I was asking Allison that because being the royalty aficionado that she is, and she thinks it's probably the Charlesian era. Yeah.
Elizabethan did not come into. Was never said until she came. Were there no Queen Elizabeths? No.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was the Elizabethan era, and she was Queen Elizabeth II.
Well, who was the first
the second one? Queen Elizabeth was the first one.
What was her trip? Why isn't she talked about?
She was one of the biggies. She was really one of the biggies.
But she was too old for us to have photos of?
Think Shakespeare's time.
Oh, so no photos.
No photos.
And, but in our lifetime, since 1947, she's been, it's just weird. It's just, even if you don't, I happen to like I'm a big monarchy fan. No, I like to watch the Crown and things like that. But I was telling Susan, I don't.
My dentist mills their own.
How's it doing?
It's fine. I just went there yesterday for a cleaning. Everything's
Oh
fine.
my God! Why don't you put it in my face? Why don't you shove it in my face? What is he shoving in your face?
My clean
he knows
teeth.
What he's doing.
I'm shoving my clean teeth right in your face.
He knows what he's doing. Believe me, he's not above it. What are you saying, Andy?
Just because you could eat a fucking corn on the cob through a picket fence, don't be jealous of my teeth.
You know what Susan does when she makes corn? We have the greatest meals recently. Oh my God! I never realized how much I like green zucchini, squash, things like that. Do you like that though?
Zucchini? Yeah, sure.
Why do you have to rain on everyone?
How did I rain on your parade by
I'm just
liking
practicing
your
my
vegetable?
acting. Okay, here's instant anger. Don't you fucking tell me. No, doesn't seem right. Look, Weinstein, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here now. No?
Feels pretty Elizabethan to me.
Charles, Ian. It was fun to see Charles shaking everybody's hand today. You know what? He must have been rehearsing for this day. He's like remember that Dick Van Dyke episode where he's ready to go
with his hat,
baby?
Yes.
That's the way Charles wakes up every day.
With a crown instead of the fedora.
Oh, man. But you know what I like? And I think you agree with me. I like the wall-to-wall cable coverage of the Queen.
Yes.
I have to wait 20 or 30 minutes into my shows.
There's an Anglican Mass on my TV right now.
How do you have a TV on during the thing? I could never have a TV. Well, you would know I couldn't have a TV on.
Yes.
Because you're mature. How high is it up there?
How high is what?
Where's your TV?
It's directly in front of it's behind my computer screen right now.
You know what I love now, Josh? All the reverse angles. It makes the TV show so good. Like every time someone goes into a refrigerator, what do you see now? Every time.
The reverse angle. The milk POV.
Yeah. What's so great about it that we have to see it every time?
No.
Doesn't it slow down the filming?
It really does.
It really. I'm just.
You know what's good is we have questions, so don't feel obligated to keep filling time.
Okay,
just for its
I
own
want to tell you
sake.
something here, and I'm very serious about this. I was 1 minute late, but I want to tell you this, and I want you. I'm not just doing this so I can go to my email to find the latest thing, and then realizing it's not my email,
right?
That I need to go to. So I just want to say to you, and don't. You can't even tell that I'm trying to.
Can I please just start the theme?
Okay, start the theme now.
It's time for questions. What do you want to know? We love your questions so much. It's half our show. Half our show.
Wait, you know what, Pickles? You're going to be sad when we switch to newest to oldest.
We've done it. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right.
Good. Pickles says, what is your favorite character on Blue Bloods? Don't even tell me you've never seen it. Those terrible ads you talk about are on during that show all the time. Me, I like the girl Tom Brady dumped for the Brazilian girl. All right, now he's lost me.
Yeah.
I think Blue Bloods is with Selleck, right?
I have no idea, honestly.
I think it's Tom Selleck as he's selling reverse mortgages is the part of the show.
Nothing will attract me less than an hour-long procedural.
I never liked Magnum P.I. Did you?
I never really liked it. No, I watched it some, but I never really liked it.
Was he he was a private investigator. Is that what he's claiming?
Thus the PI.
Yeah, but once you've watched Rockford, I don't want to sound like an old timer. All right, get me out of this. Get me out of this somehow.
Okay. B.D. West says, an older sibling, who I call Bitch Brotherton, attended the same boarding school as both Bush presidents, making him the third thing. If thing means asshole. Honorary mention on this list is none other than Bill Belichick. And every third guest on the Adam Carolla show.
Oh, wait a second now. Boardings. Oh, my God.
So so the point of this is we should just hate your brother?
No, I think what he's saying is he wants us to have a little sympathy for when you have a person in your family who's like going to these things. Now, my brother, Rich Brotherton, he only attends half of the GOP functions. Do I do the second half of BD West?
Sure.
BD West says, one of my all-time favorite catalogs is Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks. I know about that group. Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped the question. Josh, any influence there musically? Do you think you could convince Annie to play some fiddle with your band? I'll answer that probably not, because I got the fiddle all refiddled and I was bored within 2 days. But Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks, I was crazy about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. How Can I Miss You When You Won't Go Away? Isn't that theirs?
Sure.
How can I miss you when you won't go away?
I like them. From what I heard, I haven't heard a lot of it, so there is no influence there for me musically. But I do like Dan Hicks and his Hot Licks.
Yeah, it's more they came out when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I mean, like in college.
Did you ever have any actual fiddle skills?
I had.
Not violin playing. I mean, actually.
I know. I think I would have
stuff.
had fiddle skills because I know how to improvise, and I know I can jam on it, but it's too hard to play to get good at for the amount of time I would want to put into it. It just doesn't.
So
did that not make sense?
No, it just felt like this sort of. It felt like a little bit of bluster, but it didn't really feel like an answer.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. You can't sound good on the violin unless you're incredibly good.
Right.
You can't just be, I've played a couple hours a day. It's not going to sound good. It sounds, to me, most violinists don't sound that good to me. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Ear, but I can hear when the intonation is off. And the intonation can be off on a violin quicker than anything else. So there's no way. So in other words,
right. But my question is, when you played,
yeah,
did you ever play any sort of fiddle, bluegrassy kind of.
No, I know what you're saying, but I did play it, of course, but at home to see if I could play it out. I didn't explain myself well. I tried to. I got my fiddle all refiddled. I would jam a little bit at home.
Yeah.
But it's just not, I don't have the time now to put the 14 hours a day into it.
So no is the answer.
Instrument.
No is the answer.
Yes.
Thank
That's
you.
the answer.
Thank you.
Oh, you will. I hate you. I hate what you've done to me. I scare myself when I'm without you. That's a Dan Hicks. You know that song?
I don't.
Fuck you. Go ahead, brother.
All right.
Back.
Yeah, he tried to win me back with brother. Like that's gonna fucking work. Dan Wade what? Says I'm sure you normally only share your listener data with Rhombus Space, but I'm curious, do you see a drop in your numbers on Monday holidays?
We might, if anybody was looking at the numbers. That ship has sailed.
I do look at the numbers, and yes, we do have a dip on Monday holidays. There's a general dip in the summer, in general, as people fall out of their weekly routines.
Right.
And then we tend to increase again in the fall. There's patterns now. After 5 years, there's some patterns that have emerged.
Would you say that we average 1 million listeners per show?
I could say that. It would be a huge lie.
Total of all the shows and all the listeners of all times.
Oh, way more than 1 million in terms
Thank
of
you.
yes.
Thank
Maybe
you.
not
You're
listeners, but downloads certainly. Yeah, way
You're
over,
welcome,
way
America.
over 1 million there.
Is it me or is it? Oh, you did that. Okay, you've answered the question. Okay, tweet.
But I will say, well, let me just go back to the Dan Wade what? And say, generally when we get that, like the Labor Day dip in downloads, it is often, there's generally a Tuesday bigger.
Oh.
People will make up for the missing, you'll get an increase on the Tuesday generally.
How often do you promote it on your Twitter account?
Very rarely.
What? Isn't that our fault? Aren't we supposed to
It is,
be?
but I just don't think it'll help.
Okay,
We
that's a
tried
good
the
point.
promoting heavily on our Twitter accounts, and then it just makes you the obnoxious guy.
Hey, have you checked it out?
I think
check it out.
One thing that's true is over time with Twitter is I find that people are less and less responsive
to plugs like that.
to anything that you have to click or any kind of plugs or any. Yeah, I think.
Well, I can say I experienced the same thing with cameos. And when I say something is reduced to a trickle,
yeah,
the only way I can get any kind of flow is to do a thing on Twitter, and then I get 3.
Well, then that's counter. So that you're saying that it actually does help.
Yes, but I get 3 over if I do one thing, right, or 2 things, I might get 3 over a week.
Yeah,
because first they have to talk to me.
But that's an argument. That's an argument to do more, really.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm going to get into it more.
Yeah, all right, good.
I may make my account super follow.
Yeah,
you know what that is?
I kind of do. It's a paid thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to pay them. I don't understand how it even works. I think it goes. You know what? I just realized it probably goes right to their Substack thing that they're doing, which I don't understand that much either. But I know it's there. Substacks.
There's like a Circles thing now, where you can tweet to a selected audience. Which who the fuck's going to do that?
Well,
I want a smaller audience for my Twitter feed. That's what I want.
I had to restrict people responding to just people who I follow or something.
Yeah.
Because of the Adam Carolla thing. But then they went away, so I went back to normal now.
Lol. Captain, it's the lull alert.
Tweet Bahara, hara. Wee-oo. Tweet Bahara says, tomato to morphine and unchained malady.
Let me read it.
You do it. Why do I even try these?
Tomato to morphine and unchained malady? I'm out. The master has spoken. Wow.
What is that? What is that going on?
Those were both jokes of mine last week that he was impressed with. That's why I couldn't bear to listen to you butcher them like that.
So in other words, you were saying to morphine like it was a way of pronouncing tomato to morphine? It sounds like you were on fire.
Yeah, you don't remember, so it was even funnier than what you're saying.
You're not supposed to take advantage of
And
it.
I think it was, and actually, I think it was in reference to snuffing you out on your deathbed. So, it's extra fun.
You wouldn't do that, though, right? You wouldn't unplug me or anything like that, right?
Just step on your air hose and give you extra morphine.
Andy, what are you saying, Andy? What's he saying? You're stepping on my arrows. It's still gold.
Shockingly, Tweet Bahara has a second tweet here.
Get out of here.
And says, why oh when did the price of a thing become the price point? What the fuck is a price point?
Well, I think, what he doesn't realize because he hasn't spent a lot of time in the business space. I don't really, I thought I knew what a price point was, but I don't know what it is. What is it?
It's the price of a thing.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is. It's essentially that.
I give up. Tweet, if you tweet, I'm calling you tweet now. I can't even say Preet Bharara anymore. People think I'm nuts. I want to actually talk about Preet Bharara, and people are like, I'm saying Tweet Bharara, and they're saying, what are you walking around as a punster? Jason Freelance Special Mason.
No.
Did I get that right?
No, you did not.
Oh, well, you try it.
Jason Freelance Special Master Parton.
I should have remembered that. Says, I was trying to come up with a new character for the show, and you two helped me with this on TS-272. Genuinely sympathetic Dennis Miller. Hey, look, the kids are doing what they can. I'm handing it off to you.
Nah, I didn't think that you accomplished the mission, really.
Man, pretty tough out there. Pretty tough out there for the poor people. I met a guy the other day, he's selling oranges by the freeway. I said, what's wrong? He goes, I'm broke. I have to sell oranges. I said, whoa, that sounds, I'm sorry, cuckoo. Cha-cha. Come on, give me something. You're the productionist. You're the impressionist.
I was starting to feel a little empathy there, Cha-cha. I like it. You're a good man. You're a good man.
You know what I tried recently, Josh, that I was not that happy with? My wife was ordering the groceries online, and she said, honey, guess what? Cotton candy grapes are back. And they weren't that good.
No, we had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and
Jesus Christ.
There's more. It's not just scolding. I then had cotton candy grapes that week, which were great looking, but not that cotton candy-ish. There was barely any of the caramelized sugar taste at all.
That's exactly.
They were solid. They were solid regular grapes.
We were probably eating them at the same time.
Probably.
You know what? Yeah, the only thing was missing was the cotton candy taste.
Right.
Very much like how I love Costco. Don't get me wrong. I shop there all the time. But years ago, they started with, we got lobster frozen.
Yeah.
But it didn't taste like, it just tasted like rubbery.
Yeah. That's the reason that they always serve it live to your plate.
Hey, I got this freeze-dried lobster. I got it from the Gorton Fisherman. It's pretty good. I delighted you.
I got some saltines. I got some saltines here. They're a little wet.
Ooh. They say 3 more years.
Of audible laughter.
Yeah. You do should you do the next one or should I do the next one?
Greg Kelly, you mean?
Yeah.
Greg Kelly showed the now famous Jerry Seinfeld Kith, K-I-T-H clothing.
I don't
ads.
understand what this is. Is this the Kids in the Hall?
No, although that is the first thought one would have as a comedy fan when they see this, no, it's a clothing brand that hired Jerry Seinfeld to be their model.
What is Kids? Oh, so it's not an anagram. It's not an anagram.
It's not. That's why it's capital
Oh my God,
followed by 3 lowercase.
This is the worst thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I think.
Yeah. But he's wearing a Mets hat.
Oh, yeah, but he looks like
Greg
he's
says,
posing.
I see Andy's pal is also a Mets fan. Which of Jerry's outfits would Andy look best in during a fall evening at Shea?
I think lower left, where he is like standing next to a ladder. He's holding on to the ladder. He's the stiffest human being in the world. There's nobody stiffer than him.
Absolutely. But he's sitting there looking like a dildo, and he probably made $3 million for the day.
But is it his fault or is it the photographer's fault?
It's both. It's both. But yeah, no, it's the photographer's fault and the people who chose the photos. I'm sure they had a huge wide selection for each outfit, and these are the ones they chose. Presumably, they were the best.
I just retweeted it because I like it so much.
Yeah, it's been well seen this week.
I can't believe I kept
going. You don't really need to retweet it.
Should I take it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll look old and sluggish.
Can I do it to like is okay?
You can like it.
I just like it. Yeah. I need you. Can you hang around with me all day?
Sure.
It's so funny because when I saw it, I literally said to myself, "Oh, that's funny." It's a takeoff on clothing. Kids in the hall.
Yeah. No, it's not.
There's nothing good about that. Do you think he's selling one thing with maybe he is? Doesn't matter. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care at all. And I think that's apparent in the photo shoot.
That's true. I think he's trying in the photo shoot.
I'm sure. I mean, my guess is he's getting paid just an obscene amount of money to do that, because otherwise, why would he?
Right. That's right. Because he would be doing it as a subversive. If he did it as something subversive.
Yeah, there's nothing subversive about it.
There's nothing subversive about it. Don't call me Boopsy. Wants to know, better twerker, Meg the Stallion, or She-Hulk? This is not a bit.
Yes.
Gee, I don't know what this is.
It's a reference to the show She-Hulk, Attorney at Law on Disney+.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
I have to write something down.
And
here.
I'll be honest with you, Megan Thee Stallion is the better twerker in that episode.
What's the name of the show?
She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. You're not going to watch it. Don't write it down.
No, I wrote down this to remind you that NBC is taking a quantum leap backwards. Who the fuck ever watched that show when it came out? Did you watch that show?
Quantum Leap?
Yeah.
No, but it was a big show.
But why would you bring it back?
Because they do that with things.
It doesn't work. I think these networks are going to be upside down in about a year.
I think you're right.
They're bringing Password back, and they're bringing...
Yes.
Susan said, what is this? I said, what are you talking about? She says, Password.
It's Password, yes.
I said, well, what do you mean? What is it? It's like they've remade it?
Yes.
Who's the host?
I don't know.
You go on now. You go on, girlfriend.
But here's the thing. I mean, this is why CNN is becoming right wing too. Is because it's only old people now who have cable and
that's right.
watch network. It is only old people. So if you're CNN and old people lean Republican, they lean red.
So it's Van Jones is appealing to the Republican.
Well, that's why CNN is changing, because it's like they only have the audience that's left, and.
Oh, that's very, very sad. When I think of the high times with Lou Dobbs, how far they have fallen. People are, Bernard Shaw did die, who was a good journalist.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked watching him, but I'm not proud. I thought that was a horrible question he asked Michael Dukakis, because it was just, what would you do if your wife Kitty got killed?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't answer it well, but why is he asking it? You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to justify.
I don't hold the fucking 40-year-old news grudges like you. I just don't.
Anyway, fuck him. No, anyway, may he rest in peace, and God bless him and his family.
You you have this encyclopedic memory of news grudges.
Okay, because I remembered this. Ari Melber's been doing I think he's been doing some great things on rap and just really great things. So he shows again which was was my most enraged moment as when Clinton was in office, when Clinton decided to go after Sister Souljah.
Yeah.
And so you don't remember this either, right?
I just remember. I don't remember anything about it other than Sister Souljah.
Yeah. So he brought. So Clinton's thing was, the whole point back then was that they were trying to end hip hop music. I mean, they were trying to back then when they were
trying to end what they considered gangster rap.
Right, but that's not because it was It's not because it was really gangster rap, because they didn't care about all the white groups that are singing about, going downtown and killing people. It really was when you look back on it now, it's just despicable, because they were telling you don't listen to Jay-Z because he's got bad language,
Yeah.
And so Ari's been talking about.
It was Ice-T who was one of the first. Fuck the police was a big. Rally
no. I know that.
Point.
I know that. It was. You mean you're talking about Cop Killer?
Cop Killer, yes. Fuck the police was NWA.
Right, but what I'm saying is, when you look back and you see what was happening then, I don't think as a white person I realized as much. I hated when Clinton did it because it was bullshit. He just was going to try and make it look like he was also anti-rap.
Yes.
But it was just another way. It just was another way of keeping people down. The ruling class keeping these people down. I mean, it's that bad. It's that bad. No white person ever has been taken to court and said these lyrics in your song. They're still doing it today. They're taking people to court and saying the lyrics in your song. That's why we're trying you for an offense.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's really true. I mean, there are people who confess to crime sometimes in rap songs. And they use it as evidence. No. But they just don't go, there it is, lock him up because of the song. They then follow the evidence and go, oh, wait, this guy just sang about his crime.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think this is much more politically motivated, all of these trials. I think there's nothing going on.
Give me the example. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Of who's on trial for rap lyrics right now.
It was when it was back in not now, but back in the day. And then even recently, I'll find out the court case for you, because they just came back in because they were talking about it on these shows, and they were trying to again arrest somebody or put him on trial for his lyrics. And the point is that that's not done because the lyrics are dangerous. It was done because they were trying to crush dissent, which is what they've always tried to do. The government, they did it with white. It's not just black people. They did it with drugs. They did it with, why did drugs become illegal? Part of it was to manipulate leftists, because they knew leftists were. I know you're going to say it's not a one-to-one thing. I understand it's not a one-to-one thing, but I think I used to look at those things, and I got really mad at Clinton at the time because he was like getting on the bandwagon of, oh yeah, I'm not afraid to say black. It's just the whole view that we had that black people were gangsters and all this kind of stuff. That was a manufactured view that came from the same thing that passed that.
Yes, it was the same. It was the same thing that coined the phrase "super predator."
Yes, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Anyway, I think I'm.
Plus, he had fucking Tipper Gore up his ass.
Oh, yeah, exactly, and that was Frank Zappa was that too. Just like, Frank Zappa was saying, like, and it was a terrible idea what Tipper Gore was saying. In general, warnings have been terrible because in movies, the X or the R would only go to, very rarely would go to, people being shot. It would be sexual things.
See, and I'm somewhere in between. I think I don't think that there's necessarily something wrong with a language warning on an album for parents. I don't think
there is. I think you're right.
I think to equate it with a value judgment or to equate it with good and evil in any way, is a different thing.
No, but
the same way someone makes an R movie isn't evil, but the parents want to know what they're dropping their kids off at.
Yeah, but it stopped people from going to, when it first came out, that's not why it was censored. When it first came out, it was censored for, like the weirdest things, like sex, the movie codes and all this.
Well, the Hays
stuff.
Code is different from the MPAA rating, but yeah.
Right, but the point is...
The Hays Code was truly a moral
Right.
Was a morality code.
But the truth is, I'm saying, like, I think the warning, this contains this, is a good warning. That's
Right.
fine. I don't have any problem with that. But the idea that you're going to block these movies from going to theaters, but not the ones that have Charles Bronson shooting up everybody, is just hypocritical to me. You really
Right, but I don't think you are. I think you're giving Charles Bronson. I think you're the intellectual problem I have is that you're equating sex and violence, but you're giving them both R's. Charles Bronson's movies got R's.
Right, but I'm saying that I'm not okay. I'm saying that in general, I think the fact that we have a high tolerance for gore and blood and guts and gore is indicative of our society. I'm not saying we should ban those movies or anything. I'm just saying that what's in the minds of people who made our movies out of whatever it was, like could be a great movie, Carnal Knowledge or whatever.
Yes.
There was a time period where our movies maybe made people go, I want to go see that movie. But in general...
But like Carnal Knowledge should be in our movie.
What's that?
Like Carnal Knowledge should be in our movie.
Right.
Are you talking about X or R?
I'm talking about maybe... I don't know exactly, like... It's so hard because you go from the Hays Code and you go to this code. I don't remember it ever being done correctly, although maybe recently it is more correct than it used to be. It used to be for political reasons.
Yeah, like the Hays Code included things like you can't see a cop lose. You can't see a cop get shot. You can't see a Tommy gun. You can't,
Right.
There was like I said, there was it was a morality code, and it wasn't so much that you would get a rating, it was you couldn't make the movie. The movie couldn't be distributed. That was much more of a level of censorship, I think, than the ratings code. I think there are definitely instances where stuff has gotten an X rating, which takes it out of the mainstream commerce zone where it veers on censorship. For sure. Right.
But I agree. We both agree that warnings are good. I mean, I think that if Frank Zappa hadn't thought it was a direct attack,
yes,
because that's what it was.
It was absolutely. And there was not a lot of bravery coming from the music industry at the time.
And I don't think Frank Zappa would be so upset if he's watching HBO and said, warning, this contains this. Why am I so concerned with Frank Zappa?
Well, because we all want to be Frank Zappa in these kind of conversations.
Yeah, it's true.
We all want to be this morally pure, totally on the side of freedom person. But I don't think that I've been a parent too, and it's like it's not so bad to know.
Right. But that's right. But that's like I had something to say about that. Oh God damn it. Okay, forget it.
But I also wouldn't have been the parent that says no, you can't have that, because I didn't have parents that said no, you can't have that.
Right.
If I wanted a Playboy, my mom would buy me a Playboy.
Yeah. I do agree with you that Carnal Knowledge. I think
not a kid's movie. Not a kid's.
We don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Do people know that we're talking about you couldn't go into a movie theater if you were under 18? That was rated R.
You had to be
17?
Accompanied by an adult.
Ah, okay. Well, then what am I talking? I don't even know. I don't have kids. I don't know kids. I've never experienced this. So shut up. All right. I'll go next.
The X rating means no one is admitted under 18.
Right.
But an R meant without an adult.
Yeah. Now I remember. Are we at Johnny Whoops? Why does Johnny Whoops have a picture of me? That's me with Barbara.
Yeah.
Johnny Whoops says, "I know I'm not getting."
And what's their at?
What's their act?
Yes. Not what's their at? AT.
Oh, at just do not allow me. Forget the Sherman Oaks project.
Kindler 1978. You should be happy if people think that's your birthday.
But the Sherman Oaks PI thing, I can't be the stupidest detective who doesn't get any clues, right?
Right.
That's not a good show. Unless you're the guy who's really, I don't understand it. I obviously have no conviction.
Are we doing a Remington Steele situation where you're the face of the agency?
I didn't see that. See, you saw Remington Steele. I didn't see that. I thought that was a shaving device. Johnny Whoop says, I know you don't like these questions because they put you on the spot, but what's your favorite film with God in the title?
I like both Oh God and The Gods Must Be Crazy.
The Gods Must Be Crazy, I think. And the Oh God. Boy, it's really, God bless. How many movies are there with God in the title? Probably a lot.
I don't know. I just thought of the two and moved on.
Okay, you take it away. Take it away, Josh. And now back to you.
Andy Kindler fan account at Fandy Kindler says, I would dress up as a grape haichu and linger in a supermarket candy aisle so Andy would stare at me longingly.
Ooh. Whoa. Hey, this fan account is taking off. 0 followers. Andy Kindler. How many of these are there?
There's more questions than followers.
Considering Josh's writing, arranging, harmonizing, production skills, and Andy's otherworldly charisma and lovely voice, thank you, you are depriving the world of at least one great song. I recorded 2 whole albums with someone on the other side of the country in the quarantimes. You make a good point. Good point.
And did that album come out under Andy Kindler fan account? Is that the name of the artist?
The name of the you mean what's the name of the account?
No, they recorded 2 whole albums. I'm wondering if they go by Andy Kindler fan account.
And they're at Fandy Kindler.
Yeah.
I think this is something you're doing, right? You're setting this up.
Yeah, you know how I like to put in extra time on the show.
Take it away, big guy.
You're just not even going to answer the question. You're not even going to deal with what's being said.
Oh, you see, I think like I have answered the question. Well, I'd like to record, but I don't want to enter the thing because if I start talking about, recording songs, Josh will point out that I haven't done it yet.
No, but I pointed out when I bought it for you that you're not going to use it. That I was just tired of listening to you talking about how you're going to buy one and use it.
What a great friend.
So I really figured it was self-serving on a couple of levels.
Wait till you see what I...
Because now I can say, hey, remember that time I bought you that really great present?
No, I'm doing it. You don't realize that I'm doing it.
zets you a little bit into getting me a nice present someday. And then I can also make you feel guilty for not using it.
I have a great Shure microphone. I have a recording device, and you're going to hear some stuff from me this summer. It's coming out, or the fall.
Dan Marr says, hey, guys, what would you say is the bravest thing you've ever done?
Oh.
I don't know.
I was held up, but that's not brave.
It doesn't sound like you were brave about that at all.
Tied back to back.
My mom's going to kill me.
I'm playing this. I want everybody to play this when I get shot.
Andy?
I can't think of one brave thing right now.
Was that funny? People are calling.
When it's like these questions freeze my brain. Brave. Oh, I saved my cat when I was a little boy. My kitty Opsy had swallowed a straight pin, and I was able to calm him down. And it's not brave. What was I scared of?
That's not really brave. No.
I beat up. I don't know if you know this, but I used to go by Billy Jack.
Yeah.
And I beat up an entire town of bad guys once.
That's good.
So that I have done.
All right. I would say...
What's that?
I'm trying to think of brave things I did.
A podcast with me?
Fucker. I think... I feel like playing Beulah, North Dakota at 16 years old is pretty brave.
It's very brave.
I feel like moving out to LA at 20 to be in show business was sort of brave.
That's both a legitimate bravery. So I'll go with moving out to LA.
Shacking up with a woman who had a kid who was 10 years older than me and had a kid in my early 20s was pretty brave.
Wow. That was good. Why am I saying that was good like a moron?
That's good. I like the praise. It feels good.
Yeah. You're a brave man. Let's just say that.
I've quit some well-paying jobs without another job to be had.
That's brave.
There you go.
I turned in people at work. Is that wrong? Seth Dick says, I just wanted to use your little forum here. Ooh. To wish new King Chuck to the third family. Mama Dick the Third says, Camilla is no queen. Wow. Unbelievable. So edgy that Seth Dick says the quiet thing through his mother.
Nathan Briggs says, I just want to thank Andy for talking about Los Lobos. How Will the Wolf Survive about 4 years ago on Thought Spiral. I found it at a used record store right after he mentioned it. I listened to it again yesterday, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, I really love that Los Lobos. And I think I moved to LA in 1978. So that was their time period, is when they were like, popular in LA. They were part of that scene, the new wave scene, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So great. I'll do this one because it's why am I doing that?
I don't know.
Xavier Krugerrand says, greetings from the past. TS207. Josh, you did a great imitation of Goliath from Davy and Goliath. Just wondering what it would sound like if Goliath were recast as the HAL 9000 computer in the famous scene where he tries to convince Dave Bowman not to disconnect him. Take it away.
Okay. You're just not a good reader, Andy. You're really not.
It must have been from one of the producers was insulting me. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, I got it in my ear from the booth.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Gee, Davey, I don't think you should disconnect that. I don't think we'll be able to finish the mission, Davey. Gee, Davey, I don't feel so good. Gee, Davey, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer.
Okay, just to prove that Josh is crazy, look at the way I read this next one.
Okay.
Diamond Road says, Andy, I need your guidance. I was gifted a doobie of top-tier stuff by a relative who is super into weed. I've never tried weed before. Should I give it a go myself, knowing I probably waste it, or do it wrong, or re-gift it to someone who can appreciate it?
See, that was a good read.
One.
That was a good read.
Oh, because I care.
So yeah, that's maybe the problem is you just don't give a shit.
I don't care.
All
I don't
right.
care. I don't care about you. I don't care about me.
Okay.
I don't care. No, I'm kidding.
But
I do
solid
care.
read. Solid read. Really good.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't think you just do pot like that alone for the first time, right?
Yeah, if you've never tried weed, don't go with a top-tier stuffed joint as your first.
Yeah, it
thing.
could be too much.
You may want to go with a low-level gummy, edible, or if you're going to smoke, get a more mild strain, take a couple of tokes and wait.
They have milder strains now. Like in the pot shops, they have like, I don't know where he is from there.
You can choose your THC level. But this might be someone outside of a legal zone.
Right.
But if you really want to try it, just, take two puffs, hold them, extinguish the joint, and wait and see how you feel.
Yeah, you have to do it that way because pot is a psychotropic and it can freak you out very rarely, and especially if you're not going to do strong stuff. But if you did strong stuff, it might freak you out.
It might.
Careful.
But I wouldn't. I don't worry about doing it wrong. Don't ever worry about that. Fuck that. It's more about doing it so that you'll enjoy it or not.
Right. Thank you for that one. I really like that, the way you... Please read the next question, please.
Eastside 76 says, a suicide note is a dying art form. Until next time, frijoleros.
I like that joke, but I took it literally at first.
Yeah. Like it was a cry for help?
No, like he was saying... He was making an argument because I didn't get the dying part until I thought about it. Because I don't usually get wordplay, even though I engage in wordplay.
Right.
I like that joke very much, but it's going to be something that if you try it in a club, it wouldn't work.
Christopher Citro says, after cuddling with kittens at a cat cafe downtown, we got home and our cat sniffed us very deliberately, then walked slowly away. Later that night, she shat on the bathroom floor and puked in my girlfriend's snazzy new shoes. Any words of wisdom about jealousy?
I've had cats. I don't know how many cats you've had. I've had cats.
I've had a cat.
I don't know. That's surprising to me that they might be taking it personally, something that's unrelated.
No, they are taking that. They are vindictive shitheads. That's what's happened. Dogs do it too.
They do?
Clyde, if he smells another dog on us, I mean, he doesn't shit in the house and puke on shoes, but he will be obsessed with the smell of the other dog that you just came from.
Wow, I've learned something every day.
And cats are vindictive. Cats are straight up vindictive.
But they won't react the same. I mean, they're not.
Not every cat's the same. No.
Yeah, that's great, Josh. You should do a cat corner or pet corner,
or like a pet talk show.
Wait a second. Kerry Whedon says, "I enjoy the photos of I can do this, Josh." Kerry Whedon says, "I enjoy the photos Andy takes on his walks of busted up furniture. I was wondering what the best or strangest piece of road trash he's found." I haven't found anything good recently, and I haven't gone back far enough. I mean, like, to me, what you're hoping to go is to get a roll top desk or something like that with like money in the things. That's what I'd like.
My favorite sighting has been the couch on its end on fire.
The couch what?
Couch on its end, on its side, so that the arm is on the ground, so it's standing as tall as it can be, on fire.
And when did you see that?
I don't know. It was on Kester a few years ago.
Was that part of a thing? Like a county fair?
No, it was part of a piece of garbage arson is what it was.
I had no idea that we lived in an area that's rich in these kinds of photos.
It was beautifully post-apocalyptic. It was lovely. 11-year-old Court Jester says, "Hi." Richard Cole. I'm just racing. I'm racing through now.
Dan Wade, second one?
Oh, no. I guess I did. Sorry. Go ahead.
Want me to do it?
Sure.
Dan Wade one. Forgive my Tweed Bahara moment, but I have a second question. Whenever my wife or I say a sentence with the phrase, which is, the other one of us shrieks, which is? Where? Then we laugh and laugh. Any dumb inside jokes you have with your wives? We have.
Again, bad read. Really bad read.
All right. You bring it to life. That's all right. That's too late now, right?
Huh?
It's too late now for you to reinvigorate it, right?
I still think I can make it better.
All right, go ahead.
Forgive my Tweepahara moment, but I have a second question. Whenever my wife or I say a sentence with the phrase, which is, the other one of us shrieks, which is where? Then we laugh and laugh. Any dumb inside jokes you have with your wives?
Yeah, we do a thing about ISCO. ISCO, which was the name of a place that's a printer that Susan used to use back in the day. So go ISCO, and makes me, and then, but stop making her laugh about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead with Richard Cole now.
All right. Richard Cole says, "Josh, I wasn't commenting on your physique when I supposed you're a poncho guy. It was more about how practical ponchos are. I've weighed more than 250 pounds for most of my adult life. When I make fat jokes, they're about me." I don't think I really took it as a fat joke so much as just a frumpiness joke overall.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And my mom was constantly pushing the poncho, by the way. My mom was a major poncho pusher. You should bring a poncho.
And what's the advantage of a poncho? It covers more or something? Or?
Well, it's you can roll it up into a nice little ball.
Oh, that's a good thing.
And then it's a tarp, basically, that you put over your body. It's a hooded tarp. Yes.
But that, to me, flies away in the wind, and
it just makes you feel like an asshole. It just there's no way to feel good about yourself in a poncho.
It's just like those galoshes with the. Did you have to wear those galoshes with the buckles?
I think maybe at a very young age I had the galoshes.
Can you skate at all? I have weak ankles. Can you do any of those things? Skate.
I was a bad ice skater, but I'm a decent skier.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I can do the Rocky thing on ice.
And I could roller skate, but roller blading was bad for my ankles.
Stephen Elton Yates says, "Gents, we often have deer in our yard. What's the largest wild animal you see in your neighborhood?" I was going to say name of Dennis Leary or a comment like that.
All right.
If that was appropriate. I don't see any large ones. It's always like a raccoon or something. I haven't seen anything large.
Yeah, raccoons are about the biggest in our neighborhood. Once in a great while, if you're nearby, you might run into a coyote.
I mean, that's a great shot that Steven shows. It's like a beautiful bucolic situation.
Giannis Films says, Andy, have you ever gone somewhere and thought Dan Clowes drew all the people there? Josh, same question, but with any artist doing the drawing. I've made there goes a R. Crumb drawing references before. Yeah,
well, there's no question that what Jay Annis is saying is true. That's the brilliance of Daniel Clowes, is he really captures the way some people look, and he can't stop drawing them. And when he sums it up, he's pretty amazing with it. He really is. And ladies and gentlemen, you too can have all. Okay, I'm going to read the last question. You know why? Because I think that I'm going to prove to you once and for all, Josh, that I read questions well. You ready?
Okay. Bring us home, Andy. Bring us home.
Bill St. John says, the editors of the Dictionary of American Stand-Up Comedy have asked you to supply the definition of hack. What definition would you offer? I would offer, it's like, I've tried to sum this up before, but it's like, if you make repeating gestures over and over again, that's kind of hacky, but doesn't really quite get it.
No, that's is that seriously?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I just tried it. I went for it there.
All right.
A taxi driver. I don't know where the word came from, where it's someone who's poor at their job.
Yeah, but since it's the Dictionary of American Stand-Up Comedy, I think you can give a more comedic. I would say it's a comedian who uses overused or simplistic tropes,
stock lines like that.
Who uses either racist or overly common.
Right. Yes. And then says to you, right? Am I the only one? And, tries to make it seem like.
But I mean, the most basic thing is a completely unoriginal comedian.
I'll give a perfect example of one. I heard a couple of comics do. They go, does yellow mean speed up here? And that joke works because it's completely hacked, because you're making the people think that you're really making a unique comment about their particular traffic.
Right.
And any town that you do that in will act like, hey, he must have been here. We all go through the yellows here. That's hack.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And there's so many versions of it. The most current version of it is dispensing.
Andy wrote a handbook about it once.
I wrote a handbook. But now dispensing dangerous medical advice is the hackiest thing you could do probably right now.
You think?
No. Just do that in there. Everything I say are not gems.
And you know what? I'm tired of it.
Fuck you. Go ahead, brother.